Okay, first item on the agenda is the closed session portion of the meeting. May I have a mover and seconder for motion to go into closed session under the authorities printed in the agenda? Councillor Gladden, Councillor Smith. All in favor? All hands rising, motion is carried. Okay, council approved in closed session the minutes of the October 16th meeting and also discuss legal matters and employee negotiations. We did not complete in camera, so we will be going in after. Okay, time being 7 p.m. I'd like to call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is the traditional territory acknowledgement, followed by a moment of silence. Council of the Township of Red Rock hereby acknowledges that we are on the traditional territory of the Robinson Superior Treaty and that the land we gather on is home to the Red Rock Indian Band, the Nishnawbek, and Métis people. Administration advises that there are no additions to the agenda. Do any members of council wish to make amendments to the agenda? Yep, seeing none, can I have a mover and seconder for motion to approve the agenda as presented? Councillor Brand, Councillor Muir, all in favor? All hands rising, motion is carried. Are there any declarations of interest to disclose? Okay, seeing none. 5.1, what do we have? Open session minutes of the last regular meeting, October 16th, are at items 5.1 of the agenda. Are there any errors or omissions to note in the open session minutes? Seeing none, is there a mover and seconder for motion to approve the open session minutes at 5.1? Councillor Smith, Councillor Gladden, all in favor? All hands rising, motion is carried. Okay, 6.1, resolution from other communities. Do any members of council have any remarks on these items? Is there a mover and seconder for motion to support the correspondence from the municipality of West Grey regarding childcare availability in Ontario? Yeah, okay. Councillor Smith, I believe, put your hand up, and Councillor Gladden. All in favor? All hands rising, motion's carried. Is there a mover and seconder for motion to support the correspondence from the town of Rainy River regarding the expansion of water treatment training opportunities in Ontario? Councillor Brand, Councillor Muir, all in favor? All hands rising, motion's carried. Next item 6.2 is for approval purposes relating to a donation to the Legion Ladies Christmas Cheer Fund. Do any members of council have any remarks on this? Councillor Muir?
Are we able to leave this with administration to decide, as most of us are members of the Legion?
Historically, we have contributed every year, which our normal resolution is $250. So I don't, if there's a mover and seconder for motion to approve a donation of $250 to the Red Rock Legion Ladies Christmas Cheer Fund. Councillor Gladden. So what are you saying? It's all a conflict? It's the auxiliary. Councillor Gladden, Councillor Smith. What? Oh. Oh. Well, you guys have mail next up. Nancy and I are on this break. Okay. So I got it. Okay. 2 abstaining. Motion's carried. Abstain. Okay, next item 6.3 is for approval purposes relating to a donation to the Red Rock Fire Department for the 2023 holiday kickoff gala. Do any members of council have any questions on this item? Mr. Smith?
I'm all for donating something, and my thought is we have ice. Can we donate a family pass and maybe some family bowling, whatever? Those are something I don't know, there's a thought.
Good idea. Counselor Muir?
Do we throw in a gym membership? Gym membership, ice, we could probably, do pretty nice package, right? And they can raffle that off.
So how about a recreation center package, which includes right, the gym membership, I don't know, family bowling, family, a season pass for family. Right? Okay. So, is there a mover and seconder for motion to make a donation to the Red Rock Fire Department Holiday Kickoff Gala? Or a recreational? I'm just gonna write package. I think administration understands what we're getting at. Okay.
And is there kind of a value gauge on that? Is it similar to, I guess, what we're doing for other donations in that?
I don't think so. I think we can do a little bit more, like whatever, right, whatever a family pass.
Okay.
Hockey pass, and then, you know, family bowling. Yep. For sure. For sure. Oops. Yeah. Mhm. Right. Okay. Is there a mover and seconder? Counselor Smith? Counselor Gladden? All in favor? Hands rising, motion's carried. Next item, 6.4 is information purposes only relating to the Northern Treasures Forum. Northern Treasures Forum from the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing. Do any members of council have any questions or any remarks? Okay, seeing none. Next item, 6.5, information purposes only relating to the summary of the NOMA board meeting on September 27th. Do members of council have any questions? Next item, 6.6, is a resolution from NOMA relating to the support for sustainable funding to NOSM University to address need for health human resources in Northern Ontario. Do members of council have any questions on this item?
I put a
Is-
motion forward for that.
Okay, is there a mover and seconder for motion to support the correspondence from NOMA regarding support for the sustainable funding for NOSM University to address need for health human resources in Northern Ontario? Councilor Gladden, Councilor Muir, all in favor? All hands rising, motion's carried. Okay, item 6.7, information purposes only relating to the fourth quarter OMPF funding allocation. Do members of council have any remarks on this?
It actually stayed the same. Everything's the same. Yeah.
Okay, item 6.8, information purposes only relating to the 2024 OMPF funding allocation. Do any members of council have any remarks? Not sure why they didn't combine both of these reports, but
Yeah, well, and one shows the quarterly payment and the one shows the annual allotment, and just kind of a little bit more detail on how we get the annual allotment, and the fact that, I mean, as a staff, the obligations to, you know, to file your FIR and to set your tax rates by a certain date are requirements for it. So if we don't, for example, file an FIR for the previous calendar year, then they hold back our funding. So yeah, it shows the same number twice here on one of the documents, but it shows the yearly allotment as well as the quarterly.
okay, next item 6.9 is for information purposes only relating to a news release from the province of Ontario and the NOHFC on funding projects for the Township of Red Rock. Do any members of the council have any remarks? Seeing none. 6.10 is information purposes only relating to the Thunder Bay District Municipal League Board meeting held on September 16th. Do any members of council have any remarks on this item? No, seeing none. Okay, 6.11, information purposes only relating to the report from Northern Policy Institute on homelessness, mental health and substance in use in Northern Ontario. Do members of council have any remarks on this item? Seeing none. 6.12, information purposes only relating to the third quarter levy for SNEMS. Do members of council have any remarks on this item? Seeing none. I do want to recognize that last Monday that SNEMS gave a report at City Council and did not discuss much about the district operations at all, which I find a bit alarming, but we should kind of keep track on that.
And I did speak with Chief Muir after that meeting, and he assured me that nothing has changed in their process. And I mean, the plans in Nipping and Red Rock remain the same, and you know, we'll be in discussion soon still about providing suitable locations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So but yeah, I did watch the meeting as well, and it was very evident that you know, the district was not mentioned.
Okay, next item 8.1, a report on administrative activities. Do members of council have any questions of Mr. Pickling? Councilor Glad.
Just looking at your second about the asset management plan. It was in compliance then, so everything was done, completed by deadline?
Yeah, so the 2023 compliance was met. That was the core assets. So the next stage is 24-25 compliance, which is your non-core assets. So at the next, actually received the documentation from PSD for the next stage of that piece of the project this afternoon, and it'll come for approval at the next meeting of council. So we are fully compliant at this point, but there is another 2 steps for 2024 and 2025 that we do have to meet. And I believe off the top of my head, that's an additional cost of about $30,000 to the community.
Any other questions on Mark's report? Councilor Smith?
So everything, it looks like everything went well with the she shed, and you know, if they have an anticipated opening date or thoughts?
Yeah, I can kind of give an update if I can answer the she shed question now for you, Councillor Smith. Yes, it did go well. We've negotiated a deal. They're actually in the facility now, doing some minor renovations to get set up. They're extremely excited, and it's actually been a pleasure to work with them. They've been very, very receptive. They're in there. I do see they're putting some partition walls up today, and yeah, so it's been very very exciting for them, and it's been good to work with them, and definitely want to welcome them to the business community in Red Rock. Yeah, unless Councillor Brand has a question. No, go ahead.
So I'm just curious with with them doing the wall partitions, are they allowed to do anything else like paint and make it like a warmer environment for their type of customers that they'll be attending to?
Yeah, so we have signed we have a lease signed now. It wasn't signed at the time of this, but it's officially been signed as of today. It does allow them to do minor cosmetic repairs and painting. I know they were doing some priming already, and yeah, they have some pretty exciting plans. It's I think going to look a lot different in a couple of weeks. Yeah, they put together some drawings for us, and I met with them this morning as well as one day last week. Yeah, they've got some exciting plans, so I think it'll be good. And I can give I guess an update starting at the top, I guess, just some direction on the Roma Annual Conference. I know the delegation requests are due. I guess the question is, are we as a group, looking to attend, or is it an administration attending as a follow-up kind of thing? I mean, it is close to the last meeting. But if we did have, attendees, it's a shorter conference. You're in Toronto for 2 days. I guess the main questions would be, you know, are we looking to attend as a council, and are we looking for further delegations, or more of a follow-up to the previous delegations that we can handle from an administrative level?
Councillor Smith?
Me personally, I don't know if I can go. I have another flight I have to take the next week, but I think for cost saving, I don't know, kind of like we did last time, if 3 or whatever would go. Again, I would never say no to anybody, but that just costs.
Councillor Muir?
Yeah, for me, I think the follow-up on some of the stuff would be a good idea. How many, like, you predict getting a few meetings with some ministers again?
Yeah, I would think the meetings would be more follow-ups at this point, though.
Yeah.
Because unless there's a new direction of council.
I think taking some of the information about what's going on in the last couple of days down, and, you know, throwing that on the table, saying, hey, bridge. Right? So I don't know. I'd be willing to go down maybe January. If we're able to get in for more discussions on the bridge, for sure.
And that we never know until closer, so that we put the delegation requests in. We never know if we're successful in getting them, so it's kind of a, you register. If you get them, you get them. We had 6 last time, so the fact that we don't really have anything new to go at might mean that we may not get as many, I wouldn't think, or if we even want as many to follow up on everything. But I mean, infrastructure around the bridge is definitely one that I think we stay in their face on, for sure. So yeah, I guess we need to know for registration flights, the whole bit, if 1 member, 2 member, what we wanted to send, or none. If we're not looking at that, whatever direction we think.
Yeah, I'm willing to go down. I think we need to follow up on the bridge and follow up on the prospect of what's potential is coming to Red Rock. So we can figure out who we can try and meet up with, but I do believe we have to go down and make sure that they know that we're still looking.
So we'll include Mayor Robinson, Councillor Muir in that, and I'll make those requests for delegation meetings for follow-ups on and continuings. That's Red Rock non-for-profit housing, just an update there. This speaks to the property that we all best know as the ODR property. So that funding application that the Red Rock Non-for-Profit Housing Corporation put in was unsuccessful. So just a kind of a reminder that property then it never does leave the township. That was that agreement. So that is ours. She Shed again, welcome to Red Rock. We handled that. Food cycle pilot program. So as of today's date, I believe this is updated as of today, and there's 23 requests at this point. We were able to speak with Jacob from Food Cycle today. They normally do not go with the program, anything under 30. But they did say for Red Rock, because we're such a smaller community, they would make an exception at this number if we did want to move forward with that. So if you looked at it from a mathematical standpoint, at 50, our municipal contribution was, I think, 6,800. That included the $100 per household, as well as shipping, as well as the HST portion, which so when you look at what we were projecting at 25 would be half that cost. We're sitting at 23 today. So we, I guess, need direction from council as to whether that is something we want to do based on that number. There could be others that trickle in, but I can't see too many more. So if we got to 25, I think that would probably be where we would place an order.
Councillor Mayor?
Can we just do one final last call? I know there was a couple people. I live with one that missed the boat on that one. So I think you might get it if we do like a hard deadline of whatever's reasonable and say, here, let us know by this date, last call. If that's possible.
Councillor Gladden?
Yes, I've been approached by a couple of citizens that were kind of disappointed that they were really be interested in it. However, they aren't on Facebook. So I'm asking if maybe we could send out a mail out. It doesn't cost that much. And I think that if you extend the deadline to maybe middle of this month or end of the month, I don't know when Jacob would need a final number, but I think you're going to get some more people in putting their names in for sure.
Yeah, at the direction of council, we could do that. I don't think there would be a problem. We had initially talked to Jacob about being able to tie it into a 2024 budget item anyhow. So, I mean, if there was some delay on and trying to target more, that's something we can do for sure.
Councillor Mayor?
Yes, sorry, just if it's a 2024 item, when's the next newsletter? Do we put it on their front page of the newsletter? Because it's already going out anyways, and not, I know one just came out. Or are we cutting a close timeline?
No, I think we can, I think that's something that we could easily do. We could touch base with Jacob and give him the word that council is interested, even at the number that we have now of 23, if that's the direction. And we're actively trying to get more, and looking at an early 2024 start.
Councillor Brand?
Just two things. I agree with Councillor Gladden, and I wonder if putting it on the newsletter, it might just get blended in with it, and people might not pay any attention. Whereas if it's a single mail out, people may pay more attention to that. And then my other question was this: these food cycles. This is for us to. The hope is that eventually the community will all use this. Is that correct? As a way to preserve and our landfill and site. Is that correct?
Well, I believe there's other opportunities if this pilot program works out well, right? Word of mouth. It's like, oh, this is really good. I have less garbage going into the landfill, less garbage to put out at the end of the road or whatever, or it's, you know, composting in your flower gardens and your vegetable gardens and that kind of thing. So there is the opportunity, I think, right, Nancy? Sure, but this program might not still be available. They may have to pay full cost or whatever that breakdown is, but I think it's Councillor Gladden, maybe.
Yeah, I think they were holding the same cost to residents till June of 2024, I believe.
Yeah.
Which would extend it another 12 weeks if it's a go, yeah.
But I think to answer the question, it's no, we wouldn't, we couldn't force somebody to buy one because, so I don't know if that's generally where we're looking to go with it. It'd be somebody's choice, right? It'd be certainly somebody's choice. So if more people wanted to, I think once the pilot program ended, they can then purchase one if they so desired. I would assume you could purchase them outside of the pilot program as well, just as a general purchase. But yeah, we weren't looking at it of ever saying that you had to have it after, right? Yeah. So the clear direction there is then to send out a mail out and if we didn't get any more, then we're comfortable with going in early January with a number of 23, if that's all we had. And if we get more, we're comfortable there. Whatever number we get to, we're comfortable with that direction. Is that?
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
Pardon me? Well, we'd have to budget in 2024 for it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Weight room, just a simple update here. We have hopefully addressed a long overdue issue of 24-hour access to washroom facilities at our weight room a while back, and it's kind of slipped through the council agenda, but it's probably been in place for about a month now, where we have installed 24-hour surveillance in that area. So if you're a member of our weight room, it accesses you to get into the weight room 24 hours. And now we're leaving that one door open, and we've secured the rest of the perimeter of the doors in the library or in the lobby so that you do have full access to bathrooms 24 hours. I think it's been well received by the membership, and really and truly something that I guess should have been done a while ago. So, and then the last little update was the arena ice has been installed and took use on November 2nd.
It's great. Any other questions? Oh, Councillor Brand.
Just a couple questions, and I understand just from a brief conversation before the meeting started that these schedules will change.
Yeah, if there, I mean, we would reset them weekly, I guess, but if there was somebody, like if you were looking for a change, a particular change, is that, or just that they change?
Yeah, like I'm just like, you've got here on Friday at 12:30 in the afternoon, you've got shinny for 13-year-old and up, and then 2 o'clock on Thursday, you've got shinny for -13 if they're at school. So I just wondered if this is just like a trial run to see how it goes and what you get for numbers. And then shinny seems to have an age at it. Will there be any open shinny? So like the under 13 and the over 13 can all play together.
So it's not super strict
not
about the
super
age
strict.
limit.
Okay.
It's just that sometimes you can have 5-year-olds out there, and then there's adults with taking slap shots and kids get
Okay,
injured,
so
right?
it's-
Because shinny,
Yeah.
you wear limited equipment and stuff
Perfect,
like.
okay.
So you're trying to give everybody some ice time.
Yeah.
That programming like previous every week, because there's bookings that always come in, so it always gets changed. But when you see a lot of use in certain times, then I'm sure administration is going to recognize that and. For sure. Okay, is there a mover and seconder for a motion to receive the report? Councillor Gladden. Yes. Councillor Smith. All in favor? All hands rising, motion's carried. Okay, so we didn't, we're gonna go back into closed session. So can I have a mover and seconder for motion to go back into closed session as under the authorities as printed in the agenda? Counselor Muir, Counselor Gladden. Time being 7:31, we'll go back into closed session. Okay, council rose from closed session at 8:22 and items discussed were personal matters and legal matters. Next item is the bylaw to confirm proceedings of council. May I have a mover and seconder to pass the bylaw? Counselor Muir, Counselor Smith, all in favor? All hands present, motion's carried. Okay, next item or next meeting will be on Monday, November 20th. Before ending this meeting, I'd like to say that there has been an increase in online harassment and bullying towards employees of the Township of Red Rock. Incidents of harassment include following staff to work, taking videos and pictures of staff at the residence, and taking pictures of their children. There has also been an increase in dropped phone calls at the municipal office with caller ID blocked. When administration and council are made aware of these incidents, we take them very seriously. It is the duty of council to provide municipal staff with a safe working environment, and that includes online harassment as well. Speaking directly to the residents of Red Rock and their family members, if you see this type of behavior online, we ask that you do not engage in that conversation. This will also be posted on the town website tomorrow, so we can get it out there because it's despicable what's happening. So the time being 8:24, nothing further to attend to. Meeting is adjourned. Thanks.